Hello, everyone, and a massive welcome back to Easy English Podcast. I'm Emily, and I'm feeling ready for an adventure today.
And I'm Paul. I brought my imaginary suitcase. Our topic today is the universally loved subject, travel. We're dedicating a full 20 minutes to giving you all the English tools you need to share your trips and dreams.
That's right. Whether you're planning a weekend getaway or a trip across the globe, we've got you covered. Travel vocabulary is so useful.
Absolutely. Before we take off, please remember to subscribe, like, and share. Your support is our fuel.
Thank you. Okay, Paul, let's start with the big picture question. Why do you think travel is so important?
For me, travel is important because it is a break from routine. It's also the best way to open your mind and see how other people live.
That's a lovely answer. It's an opportunity for personal growth, isn't it?
Let's revisit your trip to Rome. You loved the atmosphere. Did you try to use any public transportation there?
I used the bus once, but I was so confused by the route. I ended up walking almost everywhere. I walked about 10 kilometers every day.
Wow, that's great exercise. Did you have a favorite hidden spot? Not the big monuments, but something small.
Yes, I found a tiny old bookshop near the Pantheon. It was dusty and smelt like old paper. It was a beautiful, charming place.
That's the beauty of travel, finding those small, charming places. My most charming discovery in Japan was a very small, traditional tea house in Kyoto. It was peaceful and very quiet.
How long did you stay at the tea house?
Only about an hour. It was a good time to reflect, drink green tea, and relax after the busy Tokyo trip.
That sounds like a wonderful contrast. So, Paul, if you could go back to Japan for just one weekend, what would you do?
I would go back to Kyoto and simply walk the old streets and eat ramen. No museums, just enjoying the slow pace.
And if I went back to Rome, I would simply sit in a piazza and watch the people go by while eating delicious gelato.
We established that you are a nature/mountain traveler, Paul. What gear do you need for your trips?
Great question. I need a good backpack, not a suitcase, a strong pair of hiking boots, and a waterproof jacket. I prioritize being comfortable and dry.
I, the city traveler, prioritize fashion. I need a small, stylish bag and comfortable flats for walking, but definitely a few nice outfits for dinner.
Very different. Now, when you plan a city trip, Emily, do you pre-book your museum tickets?
Always. It saves so much time. I hate queuing. It's important to research and book online beforehand.
That's a great tip. Pre-book to avoid the queue. I am more relaxed. I usually buy my tickets at the door, but sometimes I have to wait a long time.
Let's talk about travel insurance. Do you always get travel insurance?
Yes, absolutely. It's an essential part of travel. It protects you if your flight is canceled or if you get sick. It's a small price for peace of mind.
I agree. It is a necessary expense. Never travel without it.
Let's talk about different reasons for traveling. Besides vacations, people travel for other reasons. Have you ever traveled for work?
Yes, I have. I traveled to Mexico City once for a teacher's conference. Business travel is different from a holiday. It's very structured.
How is it different?
You spend a lot of time in meeting rooms, not exploring. The good thing is that the company pays for everything. The expense account is nice.
I've never traveled for work, but I have traveled for a wedding. My friend got married in Thailand.
Wow, a destination wedding. Was that fun?
It was beautiful. We spent 4 days at the wedding, and then I took an extra week to explore the islands. It was a nice mix of a social trip and a vacation.
I've always wanted to try voluntourism, traveling to volunteer and help a community. Have you ever considered that?
That's a wonderful idea. I would love to volunteer at an animal shelter in a different country. It's a great way to give back and experience a different life.
It requires different planning, but it's very rewarding.
We talk about the beautiful things, but travel sometimes has problems. Emily, what is the worst travel problem you have ever experienced?
Oh, that's easy. My flight to London was once delayed for 12 hours. We were stuck at the airport. I was so tired and frustrated.
That is terrible. How did you handle it?
I tried to sleep on the chairs and I read a book. The airline gave us a meal voucher for a small dinner. It taught me the importance of having a good book with me.
A great lesson. My worst experience was when my luggage got lost on a flight to Germany. I had no clothes for 2 days.
Oh no! What did you do?
I had to go shopping for essentials, a toothbrush, and a shirt. The airline eventually found my bag and delivered it to my hotel. It was a huge relief.
That must have been stressful. So the lesson here is always put essentials in your carry-on bag.
Exactly. And always be prepared for some hiccups along the way. It's part of the adventure.
Let's give our listeners some very useful, slightly more advanced English for travel. Let's start with phrasal verbs.
Perfect. The first one is to set off. This means to start a journey. Example, we set off early to avoid the traffic.
Great. The next is to check in. You check in at the airport for your flight, and you check in at the hotel for your room.
Another good one, to drop off. Example, the taxi dropped us off right at the airport entrance.
And to finish, let's use some travel idioms. The first one is to hit the road. It means to start driving. Example, we are done packing, let's hit the road.
I love that one. The next is to live out of a suitcase. It means traveling a lot and not unpacking your bags. Example, Paul travels so much he practically lives out of a suitcase.
And the last one, to travel light. We talked about this. It means to travel with very little luggage. Example, this time I promise to travel light.
Excellent. These phrases will make our listeners sound like native speakers.
Wow, Paul, 10 minutes flew by. We've covered everything from lost luggage to amazing idioms.
It was a fantastic journey. Remember, listeners, the best way to improve your English is to talk about things you love, like travel.
Our final word of advice: don't be afraid to make mistakes. People appreciate the effort you make to speak their language or ask questions in English.
And my final advice, be flexible. When things go wrong, just take a deep breath and change your plan. That's the true spirit of a traveler.
That is the perfect note to end on. Thank you all so much for listening.
Please subscribe, give us a big like, and share this episode with your travel buddies.
And for our question of the day, we want you to use some new vocabulary. Go to the comments section and tell us about one travel problem you have had and how you handled it.
You can write, my flight was delayed for 5 hours. I handled it by reading a book.
We can't wait to read your stories. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Emily.
Goodbye for now. Happy travels.